And changes coming
Always,
elsewhere in the
of
county
course.
too as a result of decisions that have been made recently. The others at the Westmont Shopping Center on Columbia Pike. So what's going on there?
Well, this was the direct antithesis of the Roslyn site plan, where I don't believe we had any public speakers
You're
on
right.
this one.
Not a single.
Maybe one. Maybe there was one.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think there was one.
And that's just because Brenner's isn't there anymore. If Brenner's were still there, I think we would have had Peter. That's a bakery.
But down at the corner, Glebro, Columbia Pike, the Westmont Shopping Center, which coincidentally, interestingly, is where Five Guys got its start. Its
really?
first store was there. It's not there anymore, so we're not displacing Five Guys.
Or Brenner's.
But there is going to be a redevelopment of that shopping center, and it's done under the commercial form-based code, which is a tool for developers to have a fairly predictable path for getting approval, provided they meet certain conditions in height, form, massing, architecture, design, placement, and situating the development along the street. So the developer proposed something that was form-based code compliant with two essentially minor modifications. But what we're going to have are 250 new apartment units, new market rate apartment units that are going to be coming to Columbia Pike. It's going to be ringed with an amount of retail, I believe 23,000 square feet or so. But what you have here is this unique thing with a redevelopment. It's replacing low-level shopping with asphalt parking, completely impervious surfaces. So we're going to have redevelopment that's going to take things up, but it's going to create a green courtyard for the residents.
In the middle of that building is a big green courtyard. Yeah.
It's going to bring it away from neighboring residences in the rear section of the site, so that you have a greater separation between the development and neighbors. So in many ways, what we're seeing here is when redevelopment can actually improve the built environment dramatically. Usually the conversation is, oh, redevelopment, it's going to degrade things. This is going to dramatically improve it. And Ben, as we take stock, we expect with all the projects that are currently in development by the end of 2020, the form-based code will, in its 16 years of existence, it will have delivered about 3,000 residential units, 7 of them for income-constrained Arlingtonians, affordable units. And then we'll also have about 14,000 square feet of office space, over 300,000 square feet of retail space. We will have had 2 community centers delivered, all under the form-based code. Sort of as you look at each individual project, you go, okay, but when you look at it collectively, that's a dramatic change.
There's a lot going on. There'll be a lot more
relatively short amount
vibrancy,
of
a lot
time.
more people on the streets, which should start promoting a lot of things.
It's good to be able to know what the outcomes are of those policy decisions that are made so many years ago, and see the cumulative effects over time. It's some validation, I guess.
A little bit.
One approved on Saturday, and one will be opening, the grand opening for the Central project, just a half mile up the road at Columbia Pike and George Mason. It's going to be happening later on in October.
Great. Well, thank you so much for sharing so much detail from the board meeting. Not as much detail as you went into at the time, but that's why we're here. That brings us to the end of this month's County Board Wrap-Up. Christian and Libby, thanks so much for joining us today. And remember, all county board meetings are open to the public and live streamed and archived on our website. That's arlingtonva.us. Search County Board. If you want to tell us what you think about these and other issues, visit the county website at topics.arlingtonva.us/engage. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next month for another County Board Wrap-Up.